Hello veg lovers, and back to my small garden. Well, actually my little potting room in the house at the moment, but we'll be out in the garden in a minute, so never fear. I'm up here because we're in April now, and April is still sowing time. Actually, I mean, a lot of people have a lot of things to plant in April, but I haven't got that many for me. I think next month is actually a little busier month for me because I'm not growing under cover particularly. So I need to grow things when the risk of frost has passed. But today I'm going to be potting up the small chilli, which is ready now to have its own little pot. So that'll be going up today, and we'll stay up here obviously. And then I'm going to be planting, well, putting seeds in. I'm going to have the pumpkin I'm going to put in, and cucumber. I'm only doing 2 of each because I haven't got the space or really the garden to put these in, but I always manage to get at least a pumpkin growing somewhere, so I will be doing that. And for direct outdoors, nasturtiums will be going in today, and some of the evergreen bunching spring onions, they'll be going in today straight into the ground. I'm also going to be putting these in the cold frame, which is the basil, peppermint, coriander and cumin. They can go in the cold frame for now, and in a few days I'll plant them into their destinations. So that's what we're going to be doing up here at the moment. The leek bandit I'll be planting. I'll just be scattering these just on some soil, and then I'll be pricking them out once they've reached a decent size. Put them in their own little pots until they're ready to go out, because again, I've got other crops in where they're going for now, so they're not going to go anywhere for probably a month or so, so they need to stay in here also. So let's get on with doing this first. Right, those are done now. They've been potted up. I've used individual pots for the cucumber and pumpkin because they're large seeds, and once they sprout they are quite a large plant anyway, so I put them in their own little pots. Obviously the leeks will be tiny to start with, so need to give them a little bit more space in which to just grow a little bit before I pick them out. We're going to head to the garden in a moment to plant those I've got in the cold frame. I've got some herbs and lettuce leaves that can go in now that you're in the cold frame. I'm going to put those others in the cold frame that I've got here, and I'm going to plant these nasturtiums and spring onions direct into the garden now as well. So that's what we're going to do now. And we'll have a look at that beautiful plum tree now. It's in blossom too. But let me show you my little room at the moment with what I've got here at the moment. I've got quite a lot of flowers on the tomato and the hydroponics there, so I'm hoping to get some tomatoes off that. I have been using some of the coriander and other herbs from there, so I'll be using them up. The rest of these are what we potted up before or repotted today, so we've got quite a bit going on here in this small space, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we might get some decent veg. So for now, let's head off into the garden and see what we can do there. Right, nice to be back outside now. It's sunny, it's reasonably warm, a bit breezy, so I might have to mute this in parts if it gets too breezy, because you might not be able to hear me. But for now, we're going to start and plant the spring onions, the plants that we've got in the cold frame, and I've brought my little plan out with me so I can see where they go. So let's get on and plant. Okay, this is the pot for the nasturtiums. Now nasturtiums are big seeds, so you can't really miss them, so we're going to spread them out and then I'll cover them up once I see where they're going. Oh, but there will be. That's it. So I'll just shove them in. There we go. I'll give these good watering. In fact, I'm going to give the garden a good watering today, as it's been dry for quite a while now. Right, next we're on to the salad onions, so we'll plant them. Okay, we've planted up now. I've done the spring onion. It's just a matter of scattering seeds, so it wasn't worth showing. I'm going to plant now the salads, the spinach, perpetual, dill, thyme, oregano. Now the garlic chives, I'm not sure what to do with yet. I don't even know if they've come through anything. Don't think they have. I'll just take out what there is and put them out for now. Back in a minute. Well, I've planted all the things I need to plant. There wasn't any garlic chives or dill to plant out. They haven't come through. I think they needed a bit warmer inside the house. So I could actually just put that back upstairs and see if they come through now and plant other things there. But the salad leaves are in. I've put them also. I put them in pots, and I've also put them by the back door on that A-frame to see what happens there with them. It's a bit wetter and damper down there, so we'll see what happens with those. I've been joined by a little friend. That's Rosie. Obviously decided to soak up some rays out here. I've also had a new doggy, a new rescue, and she's beautiful, but she's rather large, rather bouncy. She's named Lily, and no doubt you will see her on later videos, but the first thing she did when we had her was run all over my garden and trample everything down, so I don't think she'll be out here unaccompanied for a little while. Right, I best show you really what's happening in the garden now since last week, and the beautiful plum. That's a view from the garden from the back now this week, beginning of April. It's nice to see hoverflies around. What I did with the oregano and thyme, I actually just, because they were tiny, I should have left them to grow a bit longer, but I've actually put them in with the strawberries. Strawberries, just a little tiny bit there and over here, and we'll see what happens with those. I'll probably have to grow some more anyway. I've got to water everything in a moment because it's just dry, amazingly, for this time of year. The daffodils are dying off now, but the apple is starting to come into leaf, and there's some promise of flowers ready to bud, ready to open. So another few weeks that'll be out and be beautiful. Again, the rhubarb is growing quite fast. Everything else in here is pretty quiet. There is some oregano down here as well, but I'm not sure if the dog's gone that bit or not, so I'll leave it. I've just planted up here some of the perpetual spinach. I'm not holding out much hope, but we'll see what happens with those. Everything else has been planted there, we can't see. We've got those have come through now, the sugar snap peas, even though Lily, our new dog, did trample them. They're coming through quite nicely. Onions, garlic looking fabulous, so I'm hoping we get something decent, well, especially off the garlic. That looks really good. Pond looking beautiful. The second blueberry plant is looking healthy. That's good. The little seeds we planted a few days ago are still okay. The little beetroot. Now over this side you can see that the broad beans continue to grow. We did lose one, which I thought we did, with that big hole. Something ate it, but that's fine with how they are. Now the black nebula carrots, there's no sign of them yet at all. So I don't know after I give them a good watering again, or whether they're just later or just needed a little bit warmer. But we'll have to see, because nothing's happening there at all. The wood chip looks good. I left it pretty rough there, I thought that was better. And look at my plum. Isn't that beautiful? And I wish I got smelly vision, because the scent is absolutely stunning from it. It just smells gorgeous. And next door's is looking pretty gorgeous there as well. So that's really good. I don't think there's much else to show you today. Everything's doing what it should. We'll see what happens in a couple of weeks' time. Well, thank you once again for watching. It was only a short one, this one really. It's just beginning of April, planting a few things up, so nothing super exciting. But hopefully in a couple of weeks' time we'll see some growth with some of the things we've planted, and those things that haven't come through yet, perhaps they will. Thank you for watching, veg lovers, and I'll see you next time. Bye!